This soldier accidentally stepped on a landmine. He didn't realize it. The mine exploded in an instant. His comrade wanted to go over and help, but with a sharp crack, the man also luckily stepped on a landmine. He was scared and stood there stunned. At this moment, the comrade shouted for help loudly. The man came to his senses. He tried to persuade his comrade to stay calm. Then the man wanted to jump off the mine to save his comrade. He hoped this landmine had rusted. It might not explode, but the comrade didn't want the man to take the risk. So he raised his pistol and let himself meet God. Seeing this scene, the man was heartbroken. But now he himself was trapped in the desert. The man needed to call for help. In order to get the radio in the distance, he untied his shoelaces and tied them to the axe. The man carefully threw the axe. The axe hooked onto the backpack. Then the man pulled the rope back. He used the radio to ask for help, but the officer told him that the man had to wait for 40 hours. The rescue vehicle could reach him. The man realized that this would be a huge test. What was worse, a huge sandstorm hit. The man immediately took out his scarf and covered his mouth and nose. He put the backpack on his back to increase his weight, to prevent himself from being blown away. Although the sandstorm was fierce, luckily the man still didn't move, but he was already exhausted, and he had run out of water. But the rescue was still 30 hours away. The man was desperate. He fired shots into the air wildly to vent his anger. The man wanted to follow his comrade, but he didn't have the courage to pull the trigger. At this moment, the man luckily saw an Afghan. He immediately asked for help, but the Afghan didn't pay any attention. He even made fun of the American soldier. The landmine was a punishment for the invaders, to pass the time. The man took out his MP3 and listened to music. As night fell, a pack of wolves surrounded him. The man had no choice but to shoot to drive them away. But when the bullets ran out, the wolves began to attack. After a night-long battle, the man was surrounded by dead wolves. At this moment, the radio rang. A bad piece of news came. Because the rescue team had an accident, they had to delay their arrival by 15 hours. The man completely broke down. He had started to hallucinate. There seemed to be strange noises around him, so the man made a bold decision. He moved his feet and left the landmine, but next second nothing happened. Turned out this was not a landmine. It was just an ordinary tin can. Finally, the man was rescued. So here's the question. If it were you, would you take that brave step?